So self-discovery. First of all, you want to learn about yourself. One of the best ways and most motivational ways to do so and to really dive deep is to figure out what is your vision. What is your vision for your dating life? What is your vision for your business life? I would suggest focusing on maybe one or two areas today that you want to work on. And so we did a little bit of meditation. The reason meditation I've found has been incredible is because not only does it give you relaxation and it gets you in the moment and a lot more focused, and it's a great way to start the day or start a seminar, but it also gives you clarity. Sometimes you'll be meditating and you have these epiphanies that you never had before. These creativity comes to you and all that kind of stuff. Another method that we're going to be doing today is journaling. There is a specific way where I literally go into my subconscious and rewire it completely, and I'm going to be showing you how to do that with different elements in a specific story that we'll be creating for you guys. And so that will be the first step will be journaling. And so this is what we're going to do next. One thing that I do want to talk about is reality and the illusion of self. Because many times we take ourselves too seriously. So it's hard for us to reinvent ourselves or to reinvent our reality. For me, the epiphany came from doing so much lucid dreaming, basically waking up in your dreams and being able to control them, and then having that be so similar to reality that I was like, wow, am I living in a dream? What's going on? Is this like the Matrix type of thing? And so for me, that was a very direct experience. But what I want you guys to get out of this seminar most of all is to not take yourself so seriously. Your identity, your reality, that you can recreate yourselves and that you can live whatever life you choose as you begin to heal and let go of any fears that might be holding you back in terms of whatever your goals might be. There's so much stuff, so much noise that comes up whenever we think about something that we want or something that we fear and all this kind of stuff. And I am going to be talking about those things, which is fear, pain, grief, all these different things that you want to let go because they will block your willpower. They will block, your intention, and they will block, as Dave would say, your authentic self, right? So let's get started. So as far as journaling, I want you guys to get clear on what area you want to work on. And I'm going to give you, I would say maybe 10 minutes or so to write down everything that comes up when it comes to that specific area, that specific relationship, that specific situation that you want to work on. So it might be dating. So for example, in dating, I'll give you my examples. I used to have, limiting beliefs of like, oh, I can't go and approach this girl because she is busy, or I'm not attractive enough for her, or different things like that. As well as maybe for business, it's something else if you're here for business, whatever it is. Or it might be a relationship that you're working on, whether it's someone, a family member, or a significant other. Whatever it is that you want to work on, I'd like you in the next 10, 15 minutes to write down everything that comes up in regards to that. Here are some questions to help you get to that. So how would you describe this area of your life currently? I want to talk to you about recreating your story, about recreating some of these belief systems and thoughts, and to really empower your life and empower your actions. So here is what you're going to do now. You've written down everything that's going on in your head in this specific area. Now, I recommend you only focus on one area at a time, maybe two at the most that you want to work on, or maybe 2 or 3 issues maximum, because it will become too overwhelming. So now that you've created, again, a sheet of paper that has all your limiting beliefs, and hey, I always get rejected by women, or hey, I always attract this kind of guy that is unfaithful, I attract this kind of guy that, perhaps only wants sex and so forth, or whatever it is that your issue is in regards to dating or socializing, confidence, and so forth. Or I feel like I'm too short, I'm too tall, I'm too skinny, too fat, whatever these issues are, you've written them down that you want to work on. And now, on another piece of paper, you are going to write down the opposite. All right, so here are the elements. So you have your story in front of you. usually we would take, whenever I'm doing something new, when I started doing the coaching thing, I wrote down all my limiting beliefs, all my doubts, and it takes an hour, 2 hours. We took only 15, 30 minutes. So you're talking about going into the reasons why you're doing them, perhaps past traumas, perhaps something that happened, and all the reasons that you want this goal and everything like that. The reason why is because the deeper that you go into what motivates you, when you actually rewire it, it'll have a more profound effect. And so when it comes to the story, it has to be in the present tense. I'm sure you've heard of that with affirmations. It has to be all positive. It can't be like, I don't attract this kind of guys or these kind of women or these kind of situations at work or never or that kind of stuff. It also, this is a very important one, and I don't think it's talked about a lot in regards to affirmations and all this kind of stuff. But you want to let go of wanting. So that's very important. But also, I'll give you an example. When I was trying to be more social, I started doing it just like talking to people and forcing myself, and that was miserable. And so then I began to simply visualize people coming up to me as if I was a celebrity. Yeah. You've been doing, it's not, right? Not in my mind at least, right? So the reason why is because we have so much negative shit that we've been telling ourselves for so many years that we need something extreme to jolt us out of there. And what ends up happening is that you manifest it. So not only is it confident, but people do start coming up to you. People begin to approach you. The kind of guys that you want, or the kind of women that you want, or the kind of situations that you want begin to happen. For example, I tell myself that I get, a ton of stuff for free everywhere I go, and it happens all the time. It was just an exaggeration to feel more comfortable when I show up to a place. It was an exaggeration to feel more confident when I'm going to start a conversation with a stranger, to say that they come up to me and say, hey, can I take a picture with you? Or that's never happened, but well, maybe. Actually, yeah, it has happened. Yeah, actually, it kind of does. But anyway, so that kind of stuff. And so you want to exaggerate it to a point where it is strong enough and powerful enough to combat years of negative self-talk in whatever area you're working on. Gratitude. So within, let's say you're saying, I'm attracting this kind of person, or I'm attracting this kind of situation, or maybe you're healing a relationship. You want to be grateful. You want to put, I'm grateful, or thank you for this. And also an element of giving. This is almost just as powerful as the having to chase you. So as you're having this situation, really coming after you because you're so valuable and then you're so whatever it is that you are, that you want to adopt, you also want to have an element of giving, that whatever action you do take is not coming from wanting to get money, or wanting to get attention, or wanting to get a relationship, or wanting to get sex, or wanting to get whatever it is. You're simply doing an action to do it and to maybe inspire. For example, when I'm social, what I tell myself is that I am just going out to be social, spread the good energy, and inspire people to connect with each other. And that's it. And so the energy that you project, it's a very powerful one, because not only are you powerful as, this thing that you wanted is chasing you, but your actions are empowered by an element of giving. And so yeah, that goes along with the actions in terms of if you've been procrastinating and doing certain actions, you want to work on that. Another thing that I want to talk about is worthiness in your story. So many times we feel unworthy and that kind of stuff. You might be talking about yourself and about, you might have insecurities, for example. And this goes back to exaggerating stuff in your story. So if you say, hey, I have kind of a weird nose, that nose is what's the hottest thing about you. Or I have this thing where I can't really remember things, so it's going to hurt me in business. You want to make whatever your weakness is, your perceived weakness, a strength. And that is all perspective.